Welcome everybody, this is Mike Metherell for TradersHideout.com. Live Forex trading sessions with analysis tips and tricks. The 25th of June, we're at 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Hope everybody had a great weekend. And let's get started. Bring our portfolio here. We've seen about 65 to 70 pips since the opening of the market. Let's bring up the one-day chart to see what it looks like. Looks like we're on a down with a little bit of a rebounds, but let's see. There's a pretty strong support here on the one day, if you notice that. We could be looking for this week for a buy for about 100 pips or so. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set up two trades. I'm going to set up an intraday as well as a short-term trade. And on the short-term trade, I'm looking for around 25 pips. Well, even 20 pips should be okay because of the TPSL, right? And you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to make 20,000 units. We're going to create two orders. Okay, one of them will close when we hit the target, and the other one will just keep it open for the intraday or swing trade to try to get that bounce back. Okay, here's our trade, and I'm just going to check something, and I'll be right back. I'll leave you with the screen here for 1 second. Okay, there we go. We fixed the cam now, and you can see me. All right, let's keep going. For those of you on YouTube and you'd like to have something analyzed, feel free to use the live comment box on the top right hand side, and we'll be sure to have a look at it for you. Let's bring up the Aussie dollar. Use the 1 hour chart. Again, we got a 60 pip downside. I think we just got our positions closed on the euro dollar, so we're going to reopen them and we're going to double up on those. And let's bring up the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, that's a pretty big drop. There's an up and a down. Let's bring up the 1 day chart, see if we get, yeah. This might be the middle of the leg. Well, we could do a range trade right here where we just do. Let's do that. Okay, for those of you who are not in the U.S., you can hedge this if you want. And I'm going to go for 50 pips here. I'm not going to change anything. You always want to make sure that your portfolio impact, there's nothing going on. You know, you don't have anything that's on red. So you're not jeopardizing your portfolio based on the rule of 72. And you're good to go. And I'm also going to set this up as, I'm going to do a submit plus, create also a sell and a submit. This is a reminder for the U.S. traders that you're not allowed to hedge on the same currency pair. Let's bring up that euro dollar, and we're going to double up, okay, on that buy. And I'll just leave it 50 pips here as well, but I'm going to make these fairly heavy trades. I'm going to make 50,000 units. Okay, you want to make sure that you're not overexposing your portfolio. Obviously, this on this portfolio, it's not too much of a problem because if it's a medium-sized portfolio, so we don't have that problem on here. And for those of you who are new and you're watching first time on YouTube, everything that I do here is on a real trading account. Okay, it's not on a demo account. Okay, you gotta put your money where your mouth is, right? So I'm going to create 2 orders. I'm going to do multiple exits, and I'm going to submit that. Okay, and now we can give it some time. It was pretty tight on that 20 pip. So let's see if there's any requests on YouTube. Let's bring up dollar yen. Dollar yen is starting to see a little bit of the comeback. We could be looking for a 30 pip here as well for an intraday. That's a very good start of the week. If we're catching this wave right now on the bounce back, on the retracement, and I wouldn't even call it a retracement. This is a bounce back, and we're going to make 20,000 units. I'm going to also do multiple exits here. And I'm only going to go for 20 pips. Well, 22. The effective stop loss is going to be 11 minus the 3. Let's bring it up to 26. There we go. So that way the effective stop loss is 10 pips. Okay, so we doubled up on the euro dollar. We had those 2 trades that lost, because we set the stop loss fairly tight, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with setting tight stop losses. It's good money management. For those who are new, feel free to have a look at the money management video, which is Trading 102, where we talk about tight profit stop loss ratios. All right, next, pound dollar. Pound dollar doesn't have that much drop as of the opening. Let's bring up the 4 hours. This does look like a beginning of a saucer. We could look for around 25 to 30 pips on here. This would definitely be an intraday though. So I'm going to set up 20,000. And I'm going to set this up as 36 pips. That way our effective stop loss is 15 pips, which is fine. 36 divided by the 2.1 to 2 to 1 TPSL. And let's see if there's any requests on YouTube. Yeah, Kiwi dollar. That's what we're doing right now. Mario, that's your favorite, isn't it? Okay. Bring up. If you'd like to join me on the panel, or you would like to get invited to the lessons, just on Google Plus, do Plus Mike Medro. If you don't have Google Plus, you should get yourself an account. It's worth it. 36 pips on the up, 15 pips on the bottom. I would tend to favor right now the Kiwi over the dollar. Going into the session later on, we'd be looking for around 30 pips or so. But this is a little bit funny when you think about it, because, well, maybe not. Let's bring up the 4-hour chart. Notice I'm talking aloud because I want you to understand that there's no one clear cut. There's a lot of variables that you need to consider. On the 4-hour, you can see that we got a doji right here. Okay, and there is room here for the upside for around 25 to 30 pips. But there's also lots of dojis here. Well, here's the thing. If you're going to create a trade on this, make sure it's a short term. Why? Because there's sort of indecision on here. On 4-hour charts, to have a doji and no movements, that's a pretty big doji. So we're just gonna go for a small, for short term. We're gonna go for small gains. We're going to look for effective stop loss of 10 pips. We're at 2.2, so 24 on the limit would create a TPSL, a stop loss of 12 pips minus the 2.2. Well, it's 3 now. We'll just submit that. There we go. All right, next one up. Dollar Swissy. I would actually look for, yeah, there was 26. Actually, that's not that much. This would be great for a hedge right here as well. We're going to do a small hedge, not a big one, 10,000 units. Okay, and I'm going to take 2 more requests off the YouTube. We do have a fair bit of trades going on already. And I'm going to set this up at 26 pips, so our effective stop loss is 10 pips. 2 to 1 TPSL, which is 13 minus the 2.7, it's around 10 pips or so. Okay, let's see what else we got on YouTube. Okay, don't be alarmed when you see all these reds. We just opened up these positions. Okay, it's normal. We got to pay for the spreads. We can't get away, you can't get away from that. Workers have to make their money. We got really good spread rates as it is. I mean, we get $1 for 1 pip. That's pretty good. I don't think you're going to beat that on retail. All right, last 2. AUD, NZD. Yes, I know, Mario. I know you love that one. AUD, NZD. We're down your bottom here for 15 minutes. Okay, the spread is a little bit on the high side. I mean, it's not high like 10 pips or anything, but if you want to do a short term, let's bring up the 4-hour. Okay, the 4-hour is pretty decisive. You can see that we're on a downtrend of 120, well, for the past 5 days, we're down 115. I would actually look for a small retracement of around 30 pips or so. Okay, with a tight stop loss, and if it keeps going down, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being, with having a stop loss. I'm gonna make this make 20,000, and we're going for 30 pips. Let's go for 34 because of the actual spread, which is around 4.2. There we go. Boom. See if we got in time. Yeah, we got enough 4 pips. That's pretty good. Most of the time, you're going to get better rates when you execute as what you have shown, because the platform is so good. Because the traders, what happens is when you create a trade, the platform goes out to the brokers, and the brokers bid for that trade. So you're going to get the best possible trading conditions on that trade. And most of the time, 9 times out of 10, well, 8 out of 10, just to be safe, you're going to get much better rates than you've seen on that order screen or on the quote screen here, because at the time of execution, the platform will close for you at the best broker, which is pretty cool stuff. I don't think you're going to find that anywhere. Feel free to download the platform. It's absolutely free, traders-hideout.com. And we're going to do one more. Okay, and we're going to do a checkup later on at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, midnight Greenwich Mean Time. And Kiwi Yen, NZD, JPY, 1 hour chart. Let's bring that up. Very, very definite downside. We did have a little bit of a retrace, although I don't think it's meaningful. 16. We could look for 30 pips up here, but we'll do a really small trade. We'll make it 10,000 units. Okay, for those of you with a small portfolio, because this is a very large portfolio, you always want to make sure you don't overexpose yourself. Okay, you can take a look here. Okay, right now it's only at 1% of the actual capital. Okay, the used equity is around $1,700. Okay, so you're not risking too much. You don't want to overexpose your portfolio. Make sure that you have a look at the do and the do not rules at Lesson 101. And there is also a video called Do and Do Not Rules for Forex Trading. So grab a look at that. And we're going for 30 pips here. Okay, with the SL built in. So that means our effective stop loss is 50 minus 4.3, so around 10, 11 pips or so. Okay, there we go. And we're going to leave these open. We're going to revisit them at midnight Greenwich Mean Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to download the platform. You're going to thank yourself because there's no platform like this. You can have a look at the platform walkthrough videos, and make sure you do thumbs up and comment if you like. And we shall see you at the next video. This is Mike Motherwell for Traders Hideout. May the profits be with you. Bye for now.